Abbas Kiarostami is a stranger in a strange land, forced out of his native habitat to alight in Japan. Like someone in love is his teasing tale of the games we play and the roles we adopt, spotlighting the relationship between a student turned escort and an elderly professor who books her for the night. Catherine, this film played in Cannes, I think, last year, and really annoyed people. You weren't one of those people then?
No, it slipped down a treat for me. And actually, although I saw it a long time ago, probably a bit drunk, I remember it really well. It has a strange quality, doesn't it? It's a very... it reminded me more and more of The Apartment, because it's quite funny, and it involves a bloke, helping a lady who's a bit troubled in an apartment. And also of Drive. A lot of scenes in cars. So yeah, sort of basic comparisons, but it has a very Kiarostami quality all of its own. I loved it actually. I really there's something very charming about it, and very sort of, there's a slight edge of sinister all the way through. Well, not really an edge, a massive great side of sinister, which I quite liked.
The problem was, for people, that the ending seems to have gone AWOL.
Yeah, as I say, I'm very perplexed by this movie. I'm perplexed by the movie itself. I'm slightly perplexed by the extravagant and saucer-eyed way in which it has been received, although I absolutely appreciate Catherine's view. It is brilliantly made. It is made with absolutely deliberate poise. It's very well acted. And I put my hand on my heart, and I bow to no one in my admiration for the great man. But I can't help thinking that he's given us 3/4 of a very, very good, very conventional movie, and the ending he has withheld or abolished or, dare I say it, failed to think of.
Do you think that? I think it's entirely intentional.
Oh yes,
this ending.
I think it is. I get that. It reminds me a little bit of the anti-ending, famously, of A Taste of Cherry, which kind of challenged your narrative expectations, but I think that did it much better. Yeah. This, I think it's just not there. It's just a sort of missing reel effect. You just look, wait, hang on, because it's not building up to anything. Its unfinishedness doesn't appear to resonate in any way. I found myself standing on my head trying to find ways in which it did.
Do you think that his exile, basically, from Iran, in terms of making movies, has hobbled him, or is he making kind of lemonade out of lemons? Because these films are, this and Certified Copy, the one that preceded it, which was set in Tuscany, they're very much about feeling a bit out of place, taking on a costume, seeing if that fits. And I find that kind of interesting. He's making a kind of bonus of being a bit of a square peg.
I mean, Certified Copy, if you compare it to something like Before Midnight, which it sort of heavily resembles, really, it doesn't look so great. And I found that ultimately unsatisfying. And I found the sort of conventional ending of Certified Copy, or conventional in inverted commas, much more unsatisfying than the ending of this. This didn't bother me at all, in the same way that The Serious Man didn't bother me at all. And I took the meaning of both those to be fairly similar, which is ultimately, they're a bit screwed, and that's not going to go well. And you can imagine, you don't need to see. You can
the third act is going to be the same.
Yeah. So you could have just had that.